why limiting beliefs are holding you back, and why it's important to look at them and shift them. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I am your muse, Tracy. I'm your favorite manifestation coach, and I am here to inspire you and empower you to live the life of your dreams, to create on purpose exactly what you want in all areas of your life, to stop settling and to stop suffering. You are not here to suffer. If that sounds good to you, you are more than welcome to subscribe to my channel. I offer one-on-one coaching, and I also offer group coaching. In my coaching program, we take a deep dive into your subconscious programming or your belief system, and we do the work to change the programming that is effectively covering up or masking your true nature. I will take you through the process of identifying and changing your programming. I'll also teach you how to integrate the creator belief system, so important. I talk about that in all of my videos. Release stored emotions from the past, as well as teaching you how to honor and process your emotions on an ongoing basis, as well as much, much, much more. We meet 2 to 3 times per week, and in between the sessions, you have email access to me. It's an intensive month designed to create real transformation. This is for you if you want to move past the one-off coaching sessions that are sort of a band-aid. This program creates real transformation in every area of your life and returns you back to your true nature of being an effortless and unlimited creator. The work is not done after we work together. There's still going to be layers to go. If you're anything like me, the work is never done. This is a continuous process of evolution, getting to know yourself, but you will have all the tools that you need. And my clients will usually stay 2 to 3 months to integrate these teachings. Some will stay longer, some stay shorter. It's your call, really, either way. And either way, my clients come out of the program transformed and back in their ability to create everything that they desire. They stop struggling, they stop suffering, and they finally understand how to apply all the manifesting knowledge that they've been consuming for sometimes years. And don't worry, nothing is ever a waste of time. All of that knowledge will serve you. Most of my clients, again, they've been consuming this knowledge, so they come to me with all of this knowledge, and that's not a waste of time. We have a lot to work with then, and I can clear up any misconceptions and help you know exactly how to apply all of that knowledge. So yeah, nothing's ever going wrong. If you want any more information, leave me a comment, send me an email, and you can join the wait list for my one-on-one coaching program. My next group coaching program is starting in January. Super excited about that. That's going to be round 2 for that course. And yeah, super excited. I'm loving the group coaching sessions. I'm going to have some testimonials coming out pretty soon for those, so stay tuned. But for now, let's get into the video. So there is a message going around, and that you don't need to change your limiting beliefs, and you don't need to change your programming, because all you need is your I am. And at one point, I wanted to do that too. I wanted to, oh yeah. I wanted to sort of deny and not look at those beliefs, those core beliefs. And I just wanted to get my stuff, so I've definitely been there. And, I will validate this message to some degree because I got some results. You can definitely still manifest this way. It's just sort of like the hard way to do it. And it's almost like, I want to call it like an uphill battle, because you can affirm over your beliefs. You can do all these things. But again, it's like, it's so many things. It's skipping steps. It's skipping over yourself, really. And it's just going to be like a battle. You're setting yourself up to continue to have this internal battle. And again, yes, while I can see the point of this and see the message being conveyed here, which is ultimately true, it is ultimately true. You do only need your I am. Your I am is powerful. And your I am is not what is limited by your limiting beliefs. So I'm going to clear all of this up. So again, to some degree, I do agree with this message, but I also see so many people, you know, being stuck with this exact mindset. And I don't like to see people stuck because I know what it feels like to be stuck. I was there for years. And, you know, that's really why I love doing what I do, is because I draw from my own personal experience. And my goal is to help you, you know, realize your true nature. Um, and learn from my experience. Everyone has their own unique path and journey, but if I can help you by sharing what I went through so that you don't have to go through some of those things and the length of time that I went through it, then that's really what I'm passionate about doing. So yes, I can see the point in this message. I can. And, it is ultimately true. But again, I don't see many people being completely successful with this approach. Why is that? Well, it's because this approach is based on the thing that I see most people struggling with, which is knowing and integrating and operating from who they truly are, because who you truly are is part of your belief system. If you were able to fully know and integrate and trust who you truly are, then yes, you wouldn't need to change the programming. In fact, you would be changing the programming on a moment to moment to moment to moment basis, and it would be almost sort of like effortless, because if you know who you truly are, you know that there are no actual limitations. There's no limitations. Limitations are false. So anytime a limitation comes up, it would just fall by the wayside, because again, you know who you truly are, right? So you wouldn't have to go through this, specific process of going forth and changing the limiting beliefs per se. You would just know that any limitation that comes up for you, they're false ideas about yourself, and what you truly are is unlimited, and all you need to do is focus on your I amness. But most people struggle with this concept of themselves because of programming. It's like a vicious circle, right? They have learned from a young age that they are limited, that they are powerless, that they are small and insignificant, and that the world is just a certain way and they need to deal with it and work within it. And that's just how it is. And this is part of the programming, okay? This is a huge part of the programming. And this is a huge part of what you are shifting when you work on changing your programming. You are going to rewrite the idea that you are limited, that you are powerless, that you are insignificant, that you are less than, that you need to conform to and operate within the guidelines and limitations of the 3D reality, because that's just how it is, quote unquote. This is all programming. And if you believe any of this, you will struggle to just use your I am to manifest. You see, the nature of your programming is that it is running in the background. You don't see your programming. It's the operating system. It's the operating from framework. Your programming, for the most part, isn't all up in the front and on display for you to see. Most people don't even truly know what's in their programming. That's why it's so helpful to have coaching, because it's someone looking from the outside in to help you identify that's a program, because your programming just seems like how it's always been and how it will always be. So, and I've mentioned analogies about this before, like computers, they don't know what the operating system is. They just operate from that. That's what your programming is for you. So your programming, for the most part, isn't all up in the front and on display for you to see. No, it's in the background, and it's running the show, and it's producing thoughts from the programming. So the thoughts are born from the programming, but they look a little bit different. They have, like, a dress, a wig, a hat, sunglasses on. They have a flavor to them, right? So they look different. And these thoughts from the programming are what show up on the surface, and they are your conscious thoughts. But your programming is unconscious to you. Again, it's in the background. It's back there. You don't look at it directly. You don't see it directly. You don't interact with it directly. There's like a level in between that you interact with, your conscious thoughts. So your programming is the framework in the subconscious mind that is running the show and producing your conscious thoughts. So if you have a belief that you are not worthy, and by the way, most people do, but they don't know about it because it doesn't, blah, you're not worthy. It doesn't really work like that, but it comes up in these different flavors, these different, more subtle thoughts. No, you don't get to have that. That's for other people, not for you. Well, why would it be for other people and not for you? That's based on not being worthy. So then the flavor of your conscious thoughts will be based on this framework that you are unworthy, but it won't show up in your conscious mind again as blatantly as just thinking I'm not worthy. It doesn't come up like that. And again, I had this personal experience. I didn't think I had the I'm not worthy programming. And also the reason why we don't necessarily think that we have this is because in some areas of our life, we know we're worthy. We know we get to have a certain level. And in other areas, we have a lower self-concept and we don't think we're worthy. So let me give you an example. So like for work, you can know like, oh, I'm going to get that job. I'm highly valued. I'm worthy of getting any position in any job that I want. So you have the worthiness, foundation there. But over here in love relationships, you don't feel worthy. You don't feel like you deserve to have that love. And that is directly because of your programming and your environment, what you absorb from your environment from ages 0 to 7, your programming. So your conscious mind will have the thought of things like, oh, that's just not meant for me, and that's not what I get to have. Other people have that, but that's just not the thing that I get to have, or things don't happen for me, right? It's not blatant. You see, these are all born from the framework of not being worthy or not being enough, but you don't see it explicitly. So then if you know about having a mental diet, you change the surface, the conscious thoughts, and you flip them and you flip them and you flip them to what you want and to be, and you say, of course, I do get to experience this. Meanwhile, the subconscious program of not being worthy is still firmly intact because you're not even fully aware of it. And second, you haven't addressed it directly and intentionally. So, dealing with things on the surface level is, again, another way I see people staying stuck. And again, that was the case for me for a long time as well. And so you change the surface thought. Good. Yes, we know we have to do that. But the framework still says, I'm not worthy. And it continues to feed you thoughts of this flavor. And you can continue to whack-a-mole, these thoughts as they come up. You can continue this whack-a-mole game. But this is where people get exhausted and burned out and think that it's just not working for them. Whereas if you look at your framework, your programming, look at your core beliefs, and you do the work to change them directly and intentionally. And again, part of this framework is knowing who you are, knowing that you're the creator of your reality, which is exactly what I teach in my one-on-one and group coaching programs, by the way. Then you start getting thoughts fed to you from this new framework. So your framework of being worthy, of being the creator, being the operant power will start to feed you thoughts of this flavor, you see, and then you can go back to manifesting more effortlessly. And again, I just want to circle back to the idea that you just need your I am. Yes, you do need your I am. You need to understand that. But if you just focus on this on the surface, but you haven't changed the framework of knowing and integrating and operating from who you truly are, infinite, powerful, magnetic, abundant, love, all of that, then you will be fighting, again, this whack-a-mole game. You guys know what that is, right? It's the thing where the little things pop up. It pops up here and you whack it, and then it pops up over here and you whack it. Okay, just in case you don't know what that game is. So you will continue to play this whack-a-mole game with your beliefs that are coming from the programming, from the framework. And, again, this happens with your core beliefs as well as the beliefs about who you truly are. And yes, sure, you can use your powerful I amness to manifest anything without changing your programming. I will always say this so that you don't think that I'm oblivious to this ability. Yes, but if you haven't changed what you think about you, likely when you get the manifestation, you will push your manifestation away once again, once you get it, because you'll lose the money, you'll lose the relationship or the job because you haven't changed the framework that you are worthy, infinite, powerful, abundant, love. And your unconscious framework of being unworthy will feed you thoughts of this form within the abundance, relationship, job, or anything that you manifest. And you will push it away because those thoughts are creative as well, right? And because your framework still says, I'm not worthy of this thing. So, and again, this is what I mean by it's skipping steps. So you want to just use your powerful I amness to get the things, but you don't want to do the work to change what you think about you. It's like, it's all about what you think about you. This is all about what you think about you. So why would you want to, why do you want to just, oh, that's not important. Let me just get the things. And again, I've been there. But when you get the things and, you can't really enjoy them because why? Why wouldn't you be able to enjoy the things that you worked so hard to get? Because of what you think about you. This is all about what you think about you. So, yes, the I amness is powerful. It is absolutely powerful, but this is really all about you. And when we skip over the internal work on ourselves, our programming, our self-love, and acceptance is love, just to get the things, we're missing the whole point. We're missing the whole point. The whole point is you. The whole point is you. It's not the external things and the circumstances, it's you. You will always be there in all the circumstances and the relationships and the jobs and the abundance and all of it. And if you haven't accepted yourself fully, and again, love is acceptance, then your 3D reality will have to come back to reflecting this level of non-acceptance, because 3D reality is always just mirroring your concepts of yourself. And yes, what you ultimately say I am to. So you learn how to say, I am loved, I am worthy, I am enough, I am perfect, I am powerful, I am accepted, I am wanted, I am valued. Go on and on and see which ones you can say and which ones make you feel, oh, I don't know about that one. That's a good place to start working. You learn how to say I am to all of these things, and our physical world, your physical world, will reflect these things back to you in exactly the way that you want. In the way that you want. You see, when you integrate and believe that you are worthy, the evidence of your worth fills in automatically. And this is not random evidence of worth. No, this is specifically calibrated to you, what you feel like, is evidence of your worth. But remember, the evidence follows your internal state. It does not precede your internal state. And why is this? Because your higher self knows exactly what you want. It's perfectly catered to you. Don't think that it's going to be random or, oops, they got it wrong. There's none of that. And when you do the work to know you get to have exactly what you want, and you drop all the resistance, go and watch my last video about resistance that says you don't get to have it, it'll be right there for you, right there. As within, so without. So let's not skip over the within part because we just want the without. This is a trap. It's a trap. Don't worry, it's not a forever trap. You can get out of it. And, it never works for long. Yes, you can get some results, but it won't last. And it's not going to be what you ultimately truly desire anyway, because what you truly want and truly desire ultimately is to feel all of these things that you think the external world is giving to you. You want to feel love. You want to feel accepted. You want to feel abundant. You want to feel wanted. You want to feel valued. You want to feel worthy. All of this comes from within. It can never, ever, 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 ever come from without. So what you're going for in the first place is the internal shift. So what a brilliant idea. Let's start there. Let's start with the internal shift. The internal feelings that you think the without is going to give you. But you can start there. You should start there. with the feeling, and you can experience that now. And of course, this is the real, actual way to manifest anything that you can possibly desire. It's by starting with the feeling within first. As within, so without. It's not the easiest, but it is so powerful, and it is the truth. All right, you guys. So again, this is not about judgment. I want you guys to know I have been there. My point of this is to, help you, help you avoid wasting time. You can use your powerful I amness, yes, and you don't need anything else. Ultimately, that is true. But if you want to use it and get what you want and enjoy what you want and keep what you want, why would you skip over what you think about you? This is the most important piece, what you think about you. Leave me a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.